and it actually, what's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? It's me, Erica, and we are down here, girl, 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 girl. I had to get up and do my thing. You know what I'm saying? I had to do my thing this morning, and I added a little 10 minutes onto my little workout routine. I added 10 minutes onto that. Um, I also, and actually adding a 10 minutes on that made me go like another half a mile. I was like, okay, girl. So then, I had to get myself together. And then I realized that I had been using this microphone and I haven't charged it in a couple of days. So yesterday, Beyonce kept turning off my phone, saying that that the storage was full. So I was just like, I'm not going to keep playing with this phone. I had to offload all the videos that we did last week, and I didn't do that. So the phone kept saying that it was, because that's like 10 videos in my phone. And then so I had to put all of the edited, I had to offload them, and then so that I can have some room. And then I was like, "Ooh, let me charge my battery. I mean, my microphone, because this microphone has actually really been doing what she is supposed to do." So I made me some coffee, and I have my water here. I have all my things set up, and we are going to talk about what's down to the blog.
I sponsor the now. Yes. I sponsor the blog. Let me tell you something.
Blogs. Now I don't know what's going. Now I sponsor the blogs. Now I don't know what's going on down to the internet. I feel like it's been a slow, like a slow news week. People are not really acting up because they're like fellowshipping with their family, hanging out with their family. Hopefully everybody was able to fellowship and have good times with their families and sit with their families and have some spirits and libations, honey, and just spend time with your family. If you don't celebrate the Christmas holiday, it is still a time that you can reserve to say, hey, let's just spend time with our family and do the things that we want to do. You don't have to do all the major things. I did see a clip of Tyler Perry saying that his son was upset that he had to ride coach, and so they go coach all the time. And then he did that thing where you say like, you're not working, I'm working. And I don't know if that's just like, I don't know if that's just like you posture and say that, because to me, I don't know what is the purpose of you making a life where you have a lot of resources and access to wealth, and then turn around and say that your child can't benefit from the fruits of your labor. I don't understand why Black people do that. I don't understand why Black people say, I'm the one who worked, you don't have no job. So basically, you can't benefit off of my hard work. I don't like that energy. I don't like that performative thing. I've always thought that the purpose of acquiring wealth and creating generational wealth means that the ones who come after you have a better landing, um, and a better start off point, of further start off point in the damn race than everybody else. I'm all for nepotism. I feel like, I don't know why BLACK people are the only ones that don't. The Latin people do it. They don't give a damn what country you are from. If you a Spanish speaking person, they're gonna realize, oh, we have our people in here. We gonna practice nepotism, hook or crook. I don't give a damn if you don't know what you're doing. You gonna figure it out while you're here. We gonna make sure our people are in position. If that's one thing they don't do, they do is make sure they people are in position. I don't know why BLACK people don't do that. I feel like it's kind of performative. I feel like, that the purpose of, like, isn't that the purpose of creating a family? Isn't that the purpose of having offspring? Is that so that when the way what you've done and what you've worked for, all the hard work Tyler Perry has done, sleeping in his car and everything. Now he has a child. Now, apparently, the mother of the child called and said he can't ride your plane anymore because he's spoiled. he, he's spoiled, I guess. And so, um, what's his name? Tyler Perry was like, I'm working. You're not about to benefit off of what I've done. And I feel like that's a performance that we need to stop. Like, stop it. Cause it plays out on television shows and everything like that. And it's always this thing where we kind of frown at nepotism when in actuality, if the BLACK people are in position, if you truly care about community, you would make sure that your people and the people that right? Because that's networking, the people that are in position to succeed. Why would you say, I'm gonna cut you off from trying to from giving you a head start because I did the work? I don't understand that part. I don't understand that performance, and I wish y'all would stop it. I really wish y'all would stop it because it's so late. But he said he doesn't buy gifts; he buys books and Legos. That's what he said. That I don't have a problem with. I don't have a problem with your father being Tyler Perry and you riding on your father's jet to go someplace. I don't have a problem with that. But I do say that you want to make sure that children are grounded and rooted in reality, that they're not so far off of reality that they don't know what the hell is going on. What the hell is going on? You understand what I'm saying? So I didn't like that when I saw Tyler Perry say that. I was like, girl, what are you talking about? And I just don't like this thing where we act like our children can't our children can't um benefit from our work. I was also in the comments, y'all mad at Clarissa Shields. What are you mad at Clarissa Shields for on behalf of Remy Ma over Papoose? She don't even fucking want Papoose. Y'all need to tighten up. Y'all mad at Clarissa Shields and of course on behalf of Remy Ma for Papoose? Nobody wants Papoose. And then she got a biopic coming out, a movie coming out with with old girl, what's her name, is playing her role. Ryan Destiny is playing Clarissa Shields, called The Fire Inside. I saw the preview. Where did I go? What I was just in the movies the other day. What did I go see? Oh, Gladiator. And I think is that where I saw the trailer to that movie? I think that's where I saw the trailer to that movie. Anyways, on the Jasmine brand, they said professional boxer Clarissa Shields biopic The Fire Inside starring Ryan Destiny earns a Rotten Tomatoes score of 95%, which is actually pretty good. People are loving boxer Clarissa Shields' new biopic, The Fire Inside, starring Ryan Destiny. The day after its Christmas Day release, the movie earned an astounding 95% score from critics and 96% from public viewers on Rotten Tomatoes. The biopic tells an incredible story of Shields' rise from humble beginnings in Flint, Michigan, to becoming a two-time Olympic gold medalist and one of the greatest female boxers of all time. Critics are raving about Destiny's knockout performance and inspiring story of resilience and triumph. And the people in the comments are like, who cares? Who cares? Y'all are saying that because she was just into it with Remy Ma over an ain't shit nigga. Y'all need to tighten up. Tighten up. And then Remy Ma's mad because people said that she looked like her. Y'all do look alike. Don't let that internalized anti-blackness come out of you, Remy Ma, because y'all do look alike. Y'all look like cousins. Clarissa Shields said, people say that she looks like Candy. And who else did they say? She looked like Candy and somebody else. Yeah, all y'all look alike. Y'all look like we're all cousins at the end of the day, truly and honestly. If we break it down, we are all related. All of us. We're all cousins. All of us. All cousins. All cousins. Somebody said a biopic. I said, yeah, she's something to talk about, not just some chick Papoose was messing with. Girl, I don't know who y'all thought Clarissa Shields was. So y'all get so caught up in the other stuff, y'all forget that outside of a man, women accomplish things. That bitch is an Olympian. Right, when she said that she would knock Remy Ma's face off of her fucking neck. She meant it. What she say for $1? She was like, I will knock her ass out for $1. She's not playing with you girls. What y'all thought she was just playing? Y'all got to stop being mad at other women on behalf of a man, right? Because don't nobody want Papoose, not even Remy Ma, and y'all mad at her because of Remy Ma. Girl, go away. What do you mean? Somebody said, wait, girl, this girl got a whole movie about her life coming out and she's been beefing with Remy Ma. Now, sis, focus. She been focused. That's why she's a 2-time Olympian and got a movie about her coming out. And she ain't even, how old is Clarissa Shields? Hey, Siri. How old is, hey, Siri. How old is Clarissa Shields, the boxer?
Clarissa Shields is 29 years old.
All before she's 30 years old, she got a biopic, girl. Come on. Talking about her fucking life. Girl, yes. And she just so happened to mess with Papoose. Girl, she's focused. She's focused, girl. I feel like this movie should have been released on Prime or something because the biopic doesn't give what it should be in theaters. Not saying Ryan wasn't amazing because she was. Congratulations, I'm going to check it out. Can we continue to support her on her own and all her accomplishments? Damn, I hope all this afternoon, all the negativity gets left in 2024. This lady has accomplished so much. Give her flowers. That she's due. She spelled do D-O instead of D-U-E. If you don't have anything nice to say, then scroll on because the hate for no reason is ridiculous. She didn't ask to be thrown in Remy Ma and Papoose's problems. Like no one knows the truth and some of y'all hopping on a bandwagon. But hopping on Remy Ma's bandwagon, like you mad at her on behalf of Remy Ma, but over a nigga who ain't shit. Don't nobody, Remy Ma don't even want him. So you coming crazy at me, I'm gonna knock your face off of your neck. Keep talking to me crazy, girl. You don't know me, right? You don't know me, 2-time Olympian. That means I knock bitches out for gold medals. So I'll do it for $1 too. Somebody said, woo, nobody cares. Obviously somebody does. They made a movie about it. She's an awesome actor. Going to see the movie today. Somebody said, good publicity with Papoose. Remy Ma is punching the air. Now, nobody would have watched this if the whole media back and forth didn't happen. Do you know the percentage of people that actually know that she has an issue with Remy Ma and or had an issue with Remy Ma and Papoose is very small, very minute, very tiny compared to people going to see it in the theaters and knowing about who she is as a boxer on a boxing level. Been following Clarissa Shields for quite some time. I'm definitely going to see this movie. Not gonna lie, I kind of forgot who she was until this love triangle with Pap. But was reminded and was like, oh yeah, this lady is very accomplished. I guess publicity is publicity. Does it explain her early life situation that led to her chasing after married men? Girl, go to bed. But then you were just mad at everybody was just mad at Remy Ma because y'all thought they were cheating. She was cheating on Papoose. Remember that? Girl, y'all be a mess over nickels. Over nickels. Nickels. Over the nickels. Let me find that clip of Tyler Perry say he doesn't get his kids. He only gets his kids books and gifts. No, I think oh no, here it is. I was like, I think we passed that.
Did he give you his Christmas list? It's coming out?
He don't get no Christmas list.
What you talking about?
He gets 2 things. He gets books and Legos.
That's it?
He don't have a job. But what else is he going to get? I mean, he wants more. He was complaining once. This is about 5 years.
So you have to have a job in order to get gifts. Makes no sense.
Long. And Galila and I were talking. She called me up. She's like, we're not flying on your plane anymore. Like, okay, fine. So they have been going coach for years.
You letting your son go coach?
Absolutely, so that he understands. I worked. He did not.
Really?
So when he works, he can learn that lesson. Yeah. He's not gonna be one of those ridiculous spoiled rich kids. I can't stand that. No, he ain't got no money.
Now, see, Jeffrey, he flies in 36D, and I tell him, don't come bother me up in 2A.
That's right.
You stay right back there.
That's right.
I'm with you, Tyler, all the way.
Until Jeffrey gets enough money to buy his own 2A, 36D.
36D, that's where he's at. We are there. Amon, am I saying his?
So I don't understand. Like, I think it's performative. I actually think it's performative. I don't think that. I hope that Tyler Perry is not really in that mind frame where you don't get gifts because you don't work. That like that doesn't even fit together, right? Like, you have to work in order to get gifts. That doesn't fit together. So we have to change that. And then also saying, you're gonna fly coach until you're able to pay for your own ticket. I feel like that doesn't even make sense. And Sherry Shepard saying that her child stays in coach while she's in first class, I think is actually fucked up, because if anything, you already know what it's like to fly first class. Why don't you put your child in first class and you ride coach for a trip? And so they can have the experience, right? That I don't know. That Sherry Shepard she just rubs me the wrong way. The things she says, she just be rubbing me the wrong way. I was about to say something else, but I'm not gonna say nothing else. I'm not gonna say, because some of y'all might like Sherry. But let's read some of the comments. I said, I hate when black people act like they didn't work hard so their kids don't have to. We love nepotism, but at the same time, keep them grounded and rooted in reality. I thought the whole point of working to attain wealth was to give your offspring a different life. Meanwhile, people getting loans to buy their children PlayStations and Xboxes and struggling all year to pay those loans back. Take notes. There are many ways to teach lessons, but I will say this: black kids deserve luxury too. Books and Legos are great gifts, though. He probably buys other stuff all the time. Right. We were just talking about that with Candace Owen. She said she don't buy her kids gifts at all. And they're one through three. She got steps. What do you call them? Stair steps. She got her kids back to back to back. So she's not buying gifts because they don't know. And girl, people give them gifts all the time. So I get that. I think Tyler Perry's kid might be 10, maybe 10. You know how time flies. I don't know how old Tyler Perry's kid is. How old is Tyler Perry's son? Oh, yeah, he's 10. Okay, he was born as of December 2024. His son is 10 years old. Yes, he's 10. So, yeah, I was going to think about 10 years old. So, Amon is his name. If this offended you, it says more about you. He's a billionaire. That kid don't ever in his life have to work. His dad is teaching him right. Y'all acting like the child is struggling. Meanwhile, he's living in mansions, going to private school, being served by private chefs, maids cleaning up after him, riding in expensive cars and limos. I'm sure each closet in his many houses is the size of a small house. Flying to Africa coach and getting 2 gifts of Christmas on top of all that is not a struggle. I'll take it if it is. That boy ain't gotta die if he's flying coach. Regular people do it every day. His mother saw some entitlement in him and she didn't like it, and they are training their son, not ours, to be a better human being. He had me at books. I'm conflicted. I work so my kids can have a better life. Right. And that's what I'm saying. I don't doubt that Tyler Perry, I don't doubt that Tyler Perry, gives or shows or makes sure that his child understands the luxuries. I'm sure they don't skimp on that for their kid. But like the performative thing as adults sitting down amongst people saying, my children, they don't work, so they don't get like that performative thing that parents do. I just think it's late. I'm like, stop it. Don't nobody, girl, if you don't want him to fly my private plane, then that's fine. He doesn't have to, right? So he can learn some, fly coach, blah blah blah, this and that, whatever, right? So that's fine. But I don't think that. I just think the performance of saying that my kids don't work, so they're not basically going to benefit from the fruits of my labor. I just think, stop saying that, because it sounds mean. It actually sounds mean. So I if I was a Tyler Perry billionaire, I would make sure that my children understand. Now, if I saw that they were acting like they felt entitled to things, because we don't play that entitlement thing. You're not entitled to anything. It is a privilege for us to be living like this. It's a privilege. It's not a right. And all of this shit can be taken at any time. And all of this shit you cannot take with you. So we need to keep you rooted in reality. And that comes from, yes, let's fly coach. If that's the reality of the thing, we fly and coach. If we see you acting up, you're not flying. Yes, that's the punishment for being entitled is flying coach. Well, then that's what it is. But I just don't like the performance of saying out loud in conversation on television that your children can't benefit from the fruits of your labor. I just don't like it. I don't particularly like it. I just have to make sure this is on. So y'all upset in the comments because he doesn't want his son to feel entitled and he doesn't want to raise a spoiled rich kid. Teaching your kids work ethic versus entitlement is a problem. Y'all so funny. If this offended you, it says more about you. He's a billionaire. He doesn't want his kid, that kid don't ever in his life have to work. His dad is teaching him right. Y'all act like the kid is struggling. The boy ain't gonna die if he flies coach. But I just don't like the performance that we don't practice nepotism. I actually believe that wealthy Black people, if you want to make sure that people who look like you are in positions, that you will make sure that they're in positions and they stay in positions. Because Nick and Trevor, they get to become CEOs and just got out of school. Right? They uncles down at the corporation make sure that Nick can come in through the mailroom, and in 18 months, that motherfucker's gonna be a director. And you're gonna be like, damn, how did Nick was just delivering my motherfucking mail. How the fuck is he a director in this department? Because his uncle made sure that his ass got moved around to that position. And to me, I don't see nothing wrong with it as long as Nick has some experience and has some, but sometimes they put the people in position they don't have no experience. This is gonna be on the job training. We're gonna make sure you're successful. We're gonna make sure you're successful, and we're gonna put you in position to be successful. We are gonna place you in position to be successful. And that's just how it goes. And I think that's how it should be. But some people don't operate like that. They feel like because they struggled that you in turn should struggle too. Like I don't like it. So let's move on. Girl, what? Girl, I am not reading that. Cardi B shares family Christmas photos, calls the shoot very ghetto. She said, Merry Christmas. Don't ask about the baby. She was not with the picture shit. It was very ghetto taking pics with these kids. I love that she's showing the outtakes of them. And then Beyonce performed last night for some football game. And the clips that I've seen, pretty good. Looked like everybody had a good time. I love that bucking song. I love the choreography to that bucking song. I was like, yes, get it, get it, get it. I love that shit like a mechanical bull. I love that song and the choreography. I was like, whoever did the choreography, shout out to you. SZA parts ways with longtime manager Punch, said people grow apart and that's okay. SZA has parted ways with her longtime manager, Terrence Punch Henderson, just days after releasing a new deluxe album, Lana. That was probably her last contractual obligation. The singer confirmed the split on Christmas, sharing, I love Punch deeply. No one should be attacking him or being cruel on my behalf. Sometimes people grow apart, and that's okay. She added, nothing to celebrate, an end of an era. I wish him the best, whatever his choices may be. However, Punch recently tweeted, change your bio and everything goes haywire. Sheesh. I'm beginning to suspect that some of you guys don't fancy me very much, seemingly referring to SZA's fans who weren't too fond of him following SZA's chaotic rollout. So, yeah, people part ways, and we'll see what's next for her. He's not the manager, but I'm sure she's still signed to TDE, but he's just not going to be her manager. He's over TDE, right? So we'll see what happens with her. Let's see. Somebody says managing her seems exhausting, but girl, you announce it. Let's normalize closing chapters and turning pages in our lives that's being read. Leave that man alone. Trust me, they're both good. They shouldn't have even posted. She said be nice. They're both okay. It's okay to still be cool with some and part ways in business. That just means creatively they're moving in different directions. But if they're But if they have a personal bond, then they are still good. Not everything in the end of the world. And this is one of those situations. All right, well, congratulations to SZA. Hopefully she gets the representation that fits her career goals. Quad Webb is speaking out about the difficult moment that aired during last season's reunion on Married to Medicine.
I am tired! I'm tired! I'm tired!
Oh, she's talking about when Simone mentioned the tragedy that happened at her home. And that's what Quad wants an apology for, actually. It's not even for them kicking her off the show. It's for Simone mentioning that, and Simone saying that I did that intentionally because I wanted to have that kind of impact on her. I guess she wanted to make her cry by saying, I am there for you. I was there for you when you lost your niece or your cousin in the backyard of your home. I guess she wanted to say that to her and have that impact. She said she intentionally mentioned it. They asked for them not to show it, and they still showed it. So Quad's family is saying, hey, we don't have nothing to do with this show. Like, y'all need to cut this out. This don't have nothing to do with you. Like, cut it out. And they didn't cut it out. So now, of course, her family feels a certain way that it was mentioned again, and they didn't respect Quad in cutting it out. I don't know how many times Quad has to be disrespected to get a fucking clue as to where she stands in this group. I don't know. So let's listen to hear what she has to say.
In reference to New York, and I'm just going to say what she said in New York, and we all know what that is. I went directly to the control room immediately, and I pleaded with production, and I've asked them to remove that. So thinking and having confidence in production that they would remove that because it was such a sensitive and delicate topic and way too soon. And even now, my family and I, we still struggle with that. I trusted that they would remove that. So I felt like, okay, let's just move forward. I can deal with the personal pain, but it's not magnified because my family won't see it. And unfortunately, that wasn't true because we all saw it roll out on the reunion last year and or last season. And so that's the challenge. So it's not necessarily about what someone is saying on social. It's about the effect that it took on my family and how my family responded to me, because they're thinking, well, you're a part of this life. This is your television life. We're not a part of that. And I had to try my very best to explain that. And it was distasteful. When Simone's...
All right. So what do y'all think? It says Quad Webb is speaking out. Here, let me read the caption this way. Is speaking out about the difficult moment that aired during last season's reunion to Married to Medicine. Do you agree with Quad? Let's see the comments. Not distasteful enough for her not to come back. Quad is exhausting for real, honestly and truly. We already knew about it months before the reunion even aired, for one. For two, she's not talking about y'all. She's not talking about how you felt about the situation. She's talking about how her family felt about the situation being repeated, whether we knew or not. She's not talking about you and your comfortability. She's talking about her family and how it made them feel. I don't understand. Well, I do understand how people willingly will misunderstand what someone is saying because they don't like them, they don't care about them. So they're just like, I don't even understand why you're saying that. What do you mean? Her family doesn't have anything to do with this. Whether we know or not, that's not what she's talking about. She's talking about the impact it had on her family. That's what she's talking about. Honestly and truly, we already knew about it months before the reunion even aired, for one. For two, Simone didn't even say anything crazy or give details. All she said was she reacted out of the tragedy in your family or something like that. Just extra, read all about it. But you weren't appalled enough not to film another season. Quad and Bully Heavenly need to go. They are both exhausting to watch. Bring back Mariah. For what? They kicked Mariah off in the same vein, in the same exact way, very similar to the way that they tried to kick Quad off. But if Quad is not there to use as a, y'all saying it's exhausting for Quad to be there, I'm trying to figure out why it's not exhausting for Quad to continue to allow them to use her as a pawn in their story. And then this thing where it, with all of them, how in the world are you expecting an apology from someone who said they meant to do what they did? They're not sorry. Simone is not going to apologize to Quad. She's not sorry for what she did. Quad is either going to have to reconcile that the lady's not sorry and move forward, or continue to be upset with her. But to continue to ask for apologies is dead. It's over with. Leave it alone. She's not going to give you an apology. She said she intended to do that in order to have an impact. And it had an impact, and it had an impact not only on you, but on your family. She may apologize by saying, I didn't mean to say that and have an impact on your family, but I don't know how you could say something like that on a national stage and her family not be watching and say, hey, I don't appreciate that. Why did she do that? But maybe she will apologize. But once again, Simone said, I meant it. I meant what I said. So she's not going to get an apology. And Quad and other women like her on these reality shows, stop asking people who intended on harming you with what they said for an apology. They obviously do not care that what they said hurt you and the impact on what they said afterwards. They don't care. So stop asking people, and that's a lesson for everybody. Stop asking people who intended on hurting you for an apology. Fuck them people, for real. Honestly, fuck them people. And I don't even understand, like, after someone has seen and witnessed you being hurt, I shouldn't have to tell you, I'm hurt. You should know that what you said hurt me based on the way I reacted. If you're not sorry for that, then why do you want them to apologize for something they're not sorry for doing? Because the best apology is change behavior. If they're going to continue to do it, what's the point of the apology? Stop asking people for apologies, y'all. That's a lesson for everybody. Stop asking people for apologies, because they meant that shit. They meant it. They meant it. If they didn't mean it, they would, in their own conscience, come back and say, God damn, that was kind of harsh. You know, some people they reflect. After they have conflict with somebody, they go sit down and reflect on the conflict and how they showed up. And hopefully this is somebody who has a little bit of self-awareness and a little bit of an emotional intelligence, will sit down and analyze, okay, I went to the reunion. I was talking shit to Quad. I mentioned the death at her home of her family member. I saw how she reacted. She was very upset. She even went to the control room and asked them to remove it. I see that this is really probably going to have an impact on her family. But I meant that shit, so I'm not apologizing. Or I see what it did. You know what, Quad? I'm sorry. I actually should not have said that. What I was trying to do was show you the impact, or show you how much I am there for you. I use that example. I did use it intentionally to show you that I'm here for you. I mean, I meant to use that as an example, but I saw what it did to you and your family, and I'm sorry. But she doesn't feel like that, so fuck it. That's it. That's it. Quad, go take a nap. This is reality TV, and Simone didn't even say anything about your niece. You're appalled, but you came back. I don't like Quad at all. She's one-sided point of view, and she always inserts herself into situations without taking accountability for anything. She's also too dramatic. When will she disappear? I still don't get why she's still on the show. She's not married to medicine. And I agree with Mariah Huck. They should have spun off Quad into another show. And there are people who would actually watch Quad, because Quad has a personality type to actually not just be an ensemble, but kind of be a central character. So, I mean, if people are interested enough in Quad, they will support a spinoff of her show. They actually need Quad on this show. Y'all would think that Married to Medicine was boring if Heavenly and Quad were not on that. Y'all would not watch Jackie. Jackie is there as a vanity, like, because Jackie really, I mean, we learned about her and Curtis. We learned about her and Curtis and their situation, but really, Jackie is there as a vanity. Like, she's the one that had her and Simone are there for the vanity. It's really Jackie and then Simone, and then they're like, okay, they put the label on Married to Medicine. These are two doctors, two OBGYNs, successful businesses, blah, 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 and their families. Heavenly comes in. Heavenly has been on since the first season. She just wasn't in the cast, but she's was, in the background and stuff. So she is a part of their network. But I'm sure there's other women in this doctor network who want to be on television and they're married to doctors. I'm sure you can find somebody else. It doesn't have to be Quad. It doesn't have to be Heavenly. It doesn't, that you see Lisa Nicole is gone. Audra, they got rid of her. They had Audra fighting on her first season with Toya's smart mouth and her gums, had them fighting. But Audra, I thought Audra and her family and what was going on, I think Audra had some deaths. And then she also gave birth as well. So she had some things going on, and maybe, reality TV wasn't it for her. But I thought her and her husband were good additions. And then who was the woman that came? Oh, she was on last season. She didn't make it. The woman whose husband, they were Nigerian, and then he tried to act like he didn't eat pussy. Is that was that on Married to Medicine? Was that on Married to Medicine? That couple, and she was, or was that Real Housewives? Was that Real Housewives? I don't remember. You know who I'm talking about. Move them over to Married to Medicine. That Nigerian couple. Remember? And the husband was like, "We don't eat cootie cat." Remember? I can't remember their names. You know who I'm talking about. Bring them back. Quad doesn't have to be on the show. She doesn't. Heavenly doesn't have to be on the show. They can make a show. They can make a show of women married or being medical professionals or married to medical. Bring on some RNs. Bring on an anesthesiologist. They got bank, honey. Bring on an anesthesiologist. Don't you know an anesthesiologist, Simone? Girl, and Jackie? Maybe the women don't want to be on the show. Maybe y'all have fucked the show up so bad with these fractured relationships and not coming to resolution that the people are like, girl, I wouldn't touch that with a 10-foot pole. They don't even know how to resolve conflict. They still talking about shit from 7 years ago. They still mad about Sister Circle, girl. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't know. Yet she's having a conversation with someone who was talking about someone's dead mother. That's a convenient of her. Write this down. Production is not a friend to the artist. They are a friend to the edit. Coming from working pre and post production, if it's salacious, if it's a soundbite that will draw a polarizing response from the masses, it will get included. So then why come back? She's being dramatic per usual. Like Mariah said, why are you even here, my love? You aren't even married to medicine. You better go find you a chiropractor, baby. When I tell you that reunion is the reunion that keeps on giving, that was the best reunion. Outside of the reunion where she said we was kissing lesbians, what you think about her when she called us lesbians, Mariah? What you think? She said we was lesbians, girl, kissing lesbians. She said we was gay, girl, kissing lesbians. Baby, those two reunions are the reunions that keep on giving, honey. Girl, from that reunion, that's where I got not the reunion for kissing lesbians, but you better go find you a chiropractor. That is, now I sponsor the vlogs. That's that same reunion, bitch. It keeps on giving. Shout out to Mariah.
Don't try me. Did you just accuse me? I have never done drugs a day in my life. Are you kidding me?
All right, let's see what else is going on. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Girl, Wendy Williams was out there. I said, it really warms my heart to see Wendy Williams rolling around on that scooter, whipping around on that scooter, cussing people out because they left her scooter unattended. I love to see it. So just recently, Wendy Williams' son, Kevin Jr., graduated. Did he graduate from FAMU? Where did he graduate from? I don't know where he graduated from, but they've been showing clips of them celebrating his graduation. And I guess they left Wendy's scooter somewhere. We saw Wendy standing up, talking. I don't know what the fuck that white lady is down there saying about Wendy Williams, saying she's incapacitated and going through dementia and all this other shit. What I saw was an alert Wendy cussing people out, knowing where the fuck she's talking about, and whipping around on that damn scooter. Girl, she cussed them people out. Wendy Williams didn't hold back when she called out her caretakers for leaving her mobility scooter in the street after celebrating her son, Kevin Hunter Jr.'s college graduation last week. The video shared by We in Miami podcast, Wendy was seen addressing her team saying, and then the both of you walked away, leaving my shit in the middle of the street like this. Just get the car, please. Make sure it's the right car. Explaining the incident, Wendy said, they got the wrong car. So I knocked on the door and it was totally the wrong car. They left my scooter as they walked over there, leaving my most precious, this cost a fucking mint, motherfucker. That sounds like somebody alert to me. And the We in Miami host later added, apparently they wanted to be in her wheelchair when she was leaving the restaurant and she wanted to walk because she felt like she was capable. This rare appearance comes amid Wendy's health struggles and court-ordered guardianship. Somebody said she's very, shout out to Sakina. She said she's very alert. Get them, Wendy. That's what I'm talking about. Sounds like she could do hot topics. Get her back online. We have things to discuss. Glad to see she's coherent. I miss her so much. She sounds more coherent than I expected based on the headlines. Exactly. When the scooter made that U-turn, I just knew she was fitting to go all the way off. So she's allowed no dignity at all. Everything has to be recorded. Girl, calm down. Before you judge, imagine somebody leaving your 15,000 scooter behind. Go get my shit. I know that's right. Listen to Wendy cussing people out and tell me if this sounds like a person incapacitated and not in their right mind.
You walked away leaving my shit in the middle of the street right there.
Let's go.
And then both of you walked away leaving my shit in the middle of the street right there. Just get the car, please. Make sure it's the right car.
Wendy, what happened? What they do?
They got the wrong car. So I knocked on the door, and it was totally wrong car. They left my scooter as they walked over there, leaving my most precious. This cost a mint. They just left my out there. Get the car, not over there. I can go easily into the street for the car. You're supposed to be ordering the car. That's what you're supposed to be doing. They want to work for me. That's what they're doing. They're making money for me. Get the car.
Who that sound like? Who that sound like? How you doing? That sounds like our auntie Wendy is in her right goddamn mind cussing motherfuckers out by leaving her goddamn scooter. Where is your scooter, bitch? It's over there where y'all left it. Go get it. Shout out to Wendy Williams. I love to see it. Whether she's cussing somebody out, as long as we can see Wendy is in her right mind, she's out in the street, she's not somewhere holed up where this woman is putting headlines. Honestly, I think the headlines are so Kevin won't get any of that. I think that, say I'm incapacitated, girl. Say I don't have a memory. Say something, anything, so that motherfucker, that slug of a motherfucker with no shell, running around looking like a slug, leaving a snail trail everywhere he goes. Kelvin, trying to still live off of Wendy. You motherfucker, you won't live off of me, motherfucker. I'm gonna quit my job and say I'm incapacitated. I'm gonna get me a goddamn scooter and I'm gonna be rolling around on the scooter. And what did they say? What else did they say? Early onset of dementia. Yeah, say whatever. Because Kevin ain't getting a hold of none of these coins, damn it. I know that's right. Anyways, y'all, shout out to Wendy Williams. This is the end of the video. We're going to see what other topics are coming up. I'm going to go around and see. We were just on the Jasmine brand, so we're going to go to the neighborhood talk and Hollywood Unlocked, and you know the usuals. But we're going to come back for another video. Go ahead and like the video. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to make sure your notifications are on. And don't forget to share and clip. Thank you for watching. Take care of each other and protect your energy. Peace.